Built to serve, built to endure. The 2026 Yamaha AG200 arrives as more than just a farm bike. It's a workhorse, a utility tool, and an adventure companion all in one. Today, we take you on a deep dive into what's new, what's carried over, and why the AG200 legacy continues in 2026. Cut to host standing next to the bike. Hey everyone, welcome back to the bike Alex. If you love rugged machines, off-grid motors, and real workhorses, you're in the right place. Today we're unveiling the 2026 Yamaha AG200. Let's roll. History and purpose. Why the AG series exists. Before we dig into the 2026 model, let's remind you of where the AG lineage comes from and what its mission is. The AG100 AG200 platform has long served in agricultural, government, humanitarian, and rural settings, often in remote areas where simplicity, durability, and serviceability matter more than flashy features. Yamaha has positioned the AG series not as a consumer sport bike, but as a tool on wheels, a bike you can rely on day in and day out, sometimes in harsh conditions, low infrastructure, unpaved roads, fields, and trails. In many parts of the world, the AG200 acts as a lifeline, carrying supplies, medical goods, tools, or doing daily transportation in rural settings. So when a new model comes out, the key question isn't, how fast is it? But, how rugged, how serviceable, and how useful is it? With that spirit in mind, let's explore the 2026 iteration. First impressions and styling. Right out of the gate, the 2026 AG200 brings a refreshed look. The bodywork feels more purposeful, with sharper panels but still retaining the utilitarian bones. Some design cues seem more modern. A revised headlight cover, additional frame protection, improved mounting points for cargo. Show close-ups, you'll notice that the frame geometry stays familiar, upright ergonomics, generous ground clearance, wide stance. The styling tweaks, I'd say, are evolutionary rather than revolutionary. It doesn't lose the rugged, work bike aesthetic. From a visual narrative perspective, the bike now looks ready for both the field and the trail. You could imagine it hauling goods at dawn, then tackling muddy river crossings in the afternoon. Technical specifications and changes. Now we get into what's under the skin. Note, some specs are carried over from prior AG200 models because the baseline is already strong, while other bits are refreshed for 2026. 3.1 engine and powertrain. The AG200 retains an air-cooled, 4-stroke, SOHC single-cylinder engine architecture, the proven workhorse style. Displacement stays at approximately 196 cc. Peak power is about 10.5 kilowatts, approximately equals 14.3 PS, at 7,500 revolutions per minute, and peak torque approximately 14.6 Nm at 6,500 revolutions per minute. Fuel supply remains via carburetor, for robustness and easy servicing in rural areas. Ignition is still via CDI. Starting is dual, electric plus kickstart. Transmission remains 5-speed, constant mesh, with return shift. The chain drive is enclosed or at least well protected, one of the AG200's signature durability features. These core systems underscore Yamaha's preference. Don't overcomplicate, but improve where it matters. 3.2 chassis, dimensions and weight. The 2026 version preserves much of the existing chassis layout. Semi-double cradle, swing-arm rear, telescopic front forks. Dimensions. Overall length approximately 2,160 m, width ~930 m, height approximately 1,155 mm. Seat height approximately 830 mm. Ground clearance approximately 255 mm. Wheelbase is about 1,345 mm. Wet weight with full fuel, oil is approximately 128 kg. Fuel tank capacity is 10 liters. Oil capacity, approximately 1.3 liters for the 4-stroke engine. These numbers place it in the realm of manageable weight for field work, while giving enough ground clearance and wheel geometry to tackle rough terrain. 3.3 brakes, wheels and suspension. Brakes remain drum brakes, both front and rear. It's a conservative choice, but drums endure well in dusty, muddy conditions and are easier to maintain in remote areas. The front tire spec is typically 80/121, rear 4.10/18. Suspension. Telescopic front forks, standard swing-arm rear. Nothing exotic here, the goal is reliability, not ultra-performance. One expects the dampers to be tuned more for load-bearing and comfort over bumps than sharp handling. 3.4 Utility features and reinforcements. Because the AG series is utility first, the 2026 AG200 includes or improves features like cargo racks front and rear with ample mounting points, crash guards on handlebars, engine, and possibly chain guard protection, dual side stands useful for uneven ground, clutch lock to free the rider's hand when stopped, encased drive chain or chain cover to reduce maintenance in dirt, sealed or well-protected components to resist dust and moisture. These features are not glamorous, but they're the stuff that makes or breaks a bike in harsh use. What's new in 2026 versus older AG200? So, what has changed in the 2026 model? Based on early reveals and leaks, here are the likely upgrades and refinements versus prior generations. Refined styling and ergonomics, more modern plastics, perhaps better ergonomics or rider comfort tweaks. Improved frame mounts for additional accessories, better flexibility to install cargo cages, tool mounts, etc. Enhanced protection, thicker crash bars, better coverage over vulnerable components. Electrical upgrades, even if minimal, stronger wiring, better connectors, perhaps small lighting upgrades. Better sealants and durability improvements, to better protect internals from dust, water, and wear. Possibly small tweaks to suspension damping or component revisions to handle heavier loads more reliably. All in all, Yamaha seems to have stayed true to the core AG200 formula while modernizing strategically. Real-world performance and ride experience. Getting it started is easy, electric start works cleanly, and the kick backup is reliable. The engine idles steadily. In low RPM or crawling scenarios, important on farms, narrow trails, the torque delivery is smooth and usable. Because the bike is built for work, throttle response is modest, you won't see wild bursts, but rather controlled, usable torque even under load. 5.2 mid-range and load response. When loaded with tools, cargo, or luggage, the bike holds its ground. The 14.6 Nm torque helps negotiate low-speed hills or soft terrain. The fifth gear lets you cruise, but stability at moderate speeds is adequate rather than sporty. On paved roads or smooth tracks, it's not going to win drag races, but it reliably covers ground without fuss. 5.3 Terrain handling and off-road capability. This bike's strong suit is going to be uneven tracks, dirt roads, muddy fields, side slopes, puddles, and river crossings. Thanks to the decent ground clearance, approximately equals 255 mm, and rugged frame, it absorbs bumps and steps over obstacles. While cornering aggressively is not the design aim, it handles stable and predictable. The tires give enough grip in general off-road situations. 5.4 Braking, stability and comfort.